Dan Olds here. We're talking ISC21 Student Cluster Competition, virtual edition again. And we're talking to the team from the CHPC, Center for High Performance Computing from South Africa, which is a very good team. And you folks were the #1 seed in the opinion of the judging community, or the selection committee. It's a better way to put it. So how y'all doing today? Just in general? Everybody good?
Well, trying to live up to expectations.
Well, expectations are high. Let's go ahead and have you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what you did for the team. And I'm going to butcher some names here, but I always do. Let's start with you, Siobhan. Siobhan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, so I'm Siobhan Chinya. My role in the team was team captain.
Ooh, hold on.
Yeah.
Team captain. You got to give it up for the team captain. Nice.
I've been waiting for that applause for
Yes, I'll
6
bet.
months.
Yeah.
So I was in my main benchmarks were Worth, the coding challenge, and HPCC/HPCG, but I overlooked majority of the benchmarks either way, but those are my main focuses.
So doing WARF and the coding challenge and ignoring the other benchmarks, that was sort of what you did?
Oh, no. So
I thought you said overlooked. I thought you meant overlooked, like, well, I forgot about those.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I meant to. Yeah.
Okay, that's much better. That is much better. So very good. Let's go on to Galame.
Hi guys, my name is Gulame.
I got that name right. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so my role in the team was I was mainly working on the MetaHIPMA benchmark.
How was that? Was that difficult?
It was pretty difficult, yes.
What's it do? What is what's the application do?
So basically, MetaHIPMA is like a so basically it's like a modeling benchmark for modeling. Yeah.
Okay. Did you get a good speed up?
So on the Niagara cluster we did, but the NSCC no.
Okay. So now let's go on to, there's a lot of syllables in your name. CHPC?
It's CHPC.
Okay, sorry about that. So tell us about yourself.
I'm currently a student at VET, studying computer science. So the main application I was responsible for was GPAW.
GPAW. Now that has, what is that, another molecular modeling?
It's
application.
It's molecular modeling.
Okay. How was it? Hard? Easy? You just did it in like 10 minutes and you were done?
No, it's not that easy because you have to get all the dependencies working so that you can compile it. So there was a bit of a challenge there, but we're able to get it to run, and it scaled well on the Niagara cluster, I think.
Okay.
Scaled better there,
Okay. Good job. And Manasume? Close?
Masikume.
Where's the K in there? You need a K in there to get the K part. That's just an H.
I said Masikume.
Masekume. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay.
And so what were you doing for the team?
I was working on labs.
Okay. Easy, hard, somewhere in the middle?
In the middle.
Yeah? How do you think you did?
Okay. We could have done better, but we did okay.
That's good.
I think it was actually a big learning curve. So there's a lot that we could have done, but there's also a lot that we had to overcome. So
that's exactly right. I was talking to your coaches about how some of you were having problems with internet access, and just the basics. And that's rough, very rough. And of course, you can't be together to be able to knock all this stuff out together. You lose the camaraderie of the team. It makes it very difficult.
Yeah, and the surprising thing is that we've known each other for almost a year now, and some of us haven't even met each other in person.
Isn't that crazy?
It's really crazy.
Well, let's go through with the rest of our team, folks. We have Faisal.
Yeah,
How are you?
Faisal.
Faisal. I knew that. And I said it wrong. I'm sorry. Faisal.
I'm doing good. And you?
I'm okay. Can't complain. So what'd you do for the team?
So I was responsible for HPCG.
Okay. And how did that go for you?
So I would say it went pretty well. Compared to the rest of the benchmarks, I wouldn't say it's too difficult.
Yeah,
it's
more on the more easy side, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get a good speed up?
I think not the best we could have hoped for, but I think we did relatively well for it.
Okay. Good.
I think potentially for HPCG, sorry to overtalk. Sorry. My internet connection's a bit unstable at the moment.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. So
go ahead.
For HPCG, I think where we at, I think if there is any improvement, it's probably very minute. So we're just hoping that it's a solid score all around terms compared to the other teams. I think we stand a good chance in that regard.
Good.
Yeah, like we're trying to get a foundation. I think that was our main goal for a lot of the benchmarks, because for a lot of troubles that we had to overcome. Like I think our number one priority was just to get a solid place. Maybe not the best. Maybe we might actually get the best. We don't know. But I think we're just trying to go for a solid all-around score.
Good. So last but not least, let's meet our buddy Mikhail. Mikhail, how do you go with that? Which way do you go?
Well, anything goes, but generally I say Mikhail or Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how it gets to that, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. You're sporting a bunch of E's in there, but okay. That's okay.
Yeah, simplification. 3 syllables, cut it down to 2.
I like that. That's efficient. Optimized.
Only optimized 3, yes.
Yes. So what'd you do for the team?
So I worked on MetaHIPMA and code with Faisal on HPCG. And then I also did a bunch of the background stuff. So compiler and MPI, if it wasn't present or we needed to compile from source, that was me.
Okay. Very good. How'd all those tasks go? What do you think? What's your feeling?
Well, HPCG was mostly on Faisal's end. So I was just like looking over that sometimes. MetaHIPMA could have been a lot better, but I think it could also be a lot worse. It was like a very interesting benchmark, very different from everything we've been working with in the other fields. And background stuff was not bad. We've kind of been working on it for a better part of a year. Yeah. So we've gotten good at that.
No big surprises there then?
Not really, no. Like just the usual compiling issues.
I think there was magic happening on the ISC cluster. Like we compile one version and then it'll turn to another version on its own.
Oh.
On its own, eh?
No, I think it was just I think we just had a corrupted environment path or something like that. But
how many times did that happen? Did that happen?
I think we just have to be careful of what. Yeah, because especially if we use the modules that were available on the ISC cluster, I think we got spoiled by the Niagara cluster with how organized its modules are, like ranked by compiler, and then so we kind of took it for granted. Like we initially we tried to make our scripts work so that they'd work on any cluster. We just need to do some under the hood tuning, that's Mikhail's job, to get the compilers and the modules in place. So we overwrit the original overwrote the modules that were there, and we just hoped to like reuse the scripts. But I think that plan didn't really work out as we expected. We ended up having to rewrite the scripts anyway because of environment problems and cleaning. Making sure.
That's the way it goes when you're sharing a system and in the competition, that it's not an environment that you own or can sometimes do a lot with. Yeah. But it sounds, go ahead.
Oh no, it's just a matter of doing what you can with what you have, really.
Yeah. And it sounds like you turned in something for every task, right?
Yeah, for every benchmark, yes, but not maybe some we could have turned in more. We basically did like bare minimum.
You're not going to have a 0 on anything.
We said
no, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we'd have a 0 on any of the.
Okay, so you turned in something for everything. Because that's
we've
key.
managed to get
maybe it's a 1 out of 10. I mean, we'll take that 1 out of 10 if it means, the difference.
Yes. That's very important. It's very important that you turn in something. And, typically the teams that win don't win all of the applications, or sometimes even most of them, that they turn in those solid, like second place, third place, but they turn in something for everything. Whereas other teams sometimes get bogged down doing optimizations and they run out of time.
Yeah.
And that's to be avoided. That's and it sounds like you did avoid that trap. Good job.
Yeah, I guess we avoided it by just trying to get the bare minimum done.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
To get that. Yeah.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, right, I think by spending an extra month on optimizing, you might just get maybe 3 points ahead of another team that spends like half the time, So yeah, and then especially since we had stuff outstanding, we had to focus on getting things done. Like originally, we planned to work in pairs among us, but then as like time constraints, like our projects for university became too heavy, and the workload just became ridiculous. Plus, we had like load shedding, where like the power interruptions. So like we couldn't have meetings anymore because meetings became really inefficient because we'd planned to meet for 1 hour, and then it will end up being 3 hours because we have to wait for somebody to join the chat.
Power to come back on.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it kind of just worked out that we kind of streamlined the benchmark. So like one person per benchmark. Like it just over that got rid of that bottleneck of communication. Like it would have been better if we could communicate and work in a pair, because you make better decisions that way. But we had to just overcome that and get things done. Communication was very difficult. Right in the middle of the competition. Early on, it was easier when we had time, but middle of the competition, I think when it like officially started, when the opening ceremony happened, I think around that time was like a critical point for us. So if there was anything we could have done differently, it would have been then. But there were many challenges in place, so I think we did okay.
You did. It sounds like you did. There really wasn't much you can do. Getting back to what Mikhail says is that you do what you can with what you have, right? Very wise of you to say that. That was good. Good job. Nice. I'm impressed. Well, I want to thank you all for taking the time to meet with me and do this interview. Sounds like you did okay. And
we really don't know how.
You have no idea. Like, that's the thing. You have no idea.
Yeah,
they could.
That's actually like the really sad thing about.
We could either come like dead last or dead first. Like we have no idea really.
That's the problem with these virtual competitions. You have no idea, and I don't have any idea.
And it's
talking to you guys how you did.
And this was like a marathon, not a sprint. Like
this was a complete marathon.
So like, I mean, we're not sure if our like 2-minute break.
Maybe that's what killed you. Maybe you weren't averaging enough high enough pace. Who knows? That's how it is in a marathon. But thank you again. Really appreciate it. Go out and have a nice night.
Yeah,
And
same to you.
Can go out.
thank you. And
I hope the other team interviews go well.
yeah, let's hope so. I'm screwing up on the scheduling, but we'll figure it out. Thank you, though. We will talk to you soon.